of my Duke and I podcast, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a marvelous day. And if you're seeing this show for the very first time, be sure to subscribe, like, and share, and hit the notification bell so when an episode comes out, you'll be the first to know. Well, there's so much going on with Harry's book. Not only is it a World Guinness record holder, it has become a New York Times bestseller, as well as the fastest selling book in the United Kingdom, selling 750,000 copies. You guys hear that number? 750,000 copies. I am telling you. So, and to think that the British media tried to sabotage Harry's book. No, who has egg on their face? All the naysayers out there that try to put out those salacious headlines to sabotage Harry's book. But you know what? Harry is winning, and he's running all the way to the bank holding the bag, while they're sitting there trying to come up with a reason for people to hate Harry. But every time they try, they always falling on their own sword. Isn't it a shame? Haven't these people learned? It is literally laughable with the pitifulness of their behavior. You cannot tell somebody don't tell their story. That is their life. And as Harry said, it is hard to tell a story without including the people around you that shaped your life. So I don't know what else they want. And it seems like they're like speaking for the palace right now. That's the same thing Harry said. He's constantly proving his point when it comes to the British media. It's just really interesting. But you know what? I'm so happy that Spear is doing so wonderful. Now, when I was reading the comments when I did the unboxing, people told me that I should get the audiobook. And guess what? I listened to you guys. I did get the audiobook. So I'm able to not only as I'm on the train and the bus listening to Harry's book, when I go to bed at night, I could just listen to his, his soothing voice, because the way that he reads the book, it is so beautiful. Somebody told me that, and I definitely agree. It is so beautiful the way that he tells his story. And over the Christmas break, I bought, I think it was an Echo show. And I'm just able to say, Alexa, can you let me listen to my Audible book?
Getting your selection from Audible. Resuming Spare.
So,
okay, Alexa, stop. If you didn't buy Harry's book, there's no reason why you should be listening to Harry's book. If you want to hear what is in Harry's book, you have to go out there and buy it. That's the reason why I said to Alexa, stop so quickly. I'm telling you, I am enjoying this book. I am and the chapters are short. I mean to say, it's like sometimes it's a page, sometimes it's a page and a half, sometimes it's 2 pages. And it is like, I literally don't want this book to finish, because people have for the longest while put down Harry, call him Dim Harry and call him names. But I'm telling you, Harry sounds like a pro. He sounds like he's been doing this all his life. Just saying. So I definitely want more of Harry in terms of, the 2 other books that he's supposed to write, or that is within his contract. And I wouldn't mind hearing a book from Megan as well too. Megan is such, she has such a soothing voice. If you guys remember from Archetypes, she's just awesome. And the critics themselves, they cannot say anything about the way that book was written and how Harry narrates it. It is just too good. Okay. But anyways, a good friend of Megan, Jacinda Ardern, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, she has just announced that she's resigning as Prime Minister. And it's so sad because she is such a wonderful role model. I mean, this is for young women across the world. She is somebody that you can look up to, that has led in a powerful and swift way. You know, when there were times in New Zealand that, you know, things occurred, like the terrorist act, she just moved so swiftly. She didn't look to hear what other people's thoughts were. She just acted, and she did what was right. What an awesome woman. And it is sad that we're not going to see her on the world stage, because I so remembered when Harry and Meghan went to, you know, New Zealand on their royal tour, how she embraced them. She was so hospitable to them. She took them into different places. She took them to the streets of New Zealand and introduced the people to them. It was just like marvelous looking at her. When Meghan did her speech, she was like Meghan's biggest cheerleader. She was so pleased with all the things that Meghan said in her women suffrage speech. It was just like, I just feel like I could go back to that time when they did that tour. It was just awesome. But anyways, let's move on. Well, speaking of prime ministers, you know, Mr. Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, has decided that within a year they can probably become a republic, and he is moving with haste to, you know, put on a referendum to become a republic and no longer a sovereign state of the United Kingdom. And bravo to them. I think when William and Kate went to Jamaica, they certainly didn't help, because they certainly, you know, opened up people's eyes, and people leaned in and decided that this is not what they want for their island. They need to be making their own decision. They don't need a privy council from some faraway place deciding on their fate. So it's just beautiful that they are moving and moving at a very fast rate, and you know, to become, you know, independent, void of somebody's decision that is so far removed, and a country that is literally doing nothing for them. One thing people don't know about the United Kingdom and all the, you know, the different sovereign countries and islands that they're, you know, the head of state for, they do not do anything for these places. And I remember, and I'm from one of these islands as well, we are now independent of the United Kingdom, but I think that when you look around all the Caribbean islands and the different countries that were ruled by different places, like for example, you have Guadeloupe, you have Martinique, you have these places, when you go there, they are so much more advanced than the countries that were colonized by England. England is a worthless country. They do nothing more than take from their sovereign states. So I'm just happy that finally people in the Caribbean are deciding no more. They've had enough, and they're moving on, as Holness had said when Kate and William were there. So, you know, I'm going to be looking closely at what is happening and the reaction from, you know, the monarchy as well as the government of the United Kingdom. I want to see what they're doing, and you know, it's just like one by one, they just have to break down these bricks one by one, and you know, let England run itself. Literally let them run themselves. You know, Holness was in the United States not too long ago. I don't know if it was early this year or late last year, but America helped them out a lot. You know, after COVID, America gave them a lot of money, millions of dollars to, you know, to support whatever their endeavors are in Jamaica. Now, what did Great Britain give them? I don't remember, you know. So if I don't remember, which it's my job to just keep looking at, what is happening between these states and Great Britain, and I'm not seeing it. So most likely, if there is, it's probably insignificant, nothing to report on, and most likely there's nothing. That's why no reports are coming out of Jamaica or England saying this is what they're doing for those islands that they're head of state of. So that's just my take on things. Lastly, today Kim Kardashian, she bought one of the a piece of jewelry Diana wore at an event in England, and a lot of people were under the impression that that necklace belonged to Diana, but actually Diana loaned it from a jewelry company, and so I guess it was returned, and they decided to auction it off. Anything that is associated with Diana and Prince Harry and Meghan, they always do well. People always want them. People always want to be associated or wanting to have a piece of whatever that thing is. So, and Diana is an icon. So, Kim Kardashian, she wanted, something that, Diana at least came close to. So, that's it. I hope that, it stays, cherished, and it's going to be something, or maybe even donated to a museum. So it's going to be something, because, there's pictures with Diana with it. So it's eventually, probably one day, it's going to become more valuable. I think it was almost $200,000 it was auctioned off for. So there you go. And it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful cross. Bye, guys.